Yeah, Monroe. Coming in, coming in. Sad truth. And it's not any fault of our own. Okay. There are people that we're gonna have to leave behind. Okay. Not because of us, but because of them. Right? People that they don't want to do nothing different. Right? They don't want to. They don't want to grow, change in the best possible ways, though. Like the change happens internally first, right? And then it happens outwardly. So while we might not have everything we want right now, right? Manifested, it is stored up for us, right? Everything happens in seasons. You plan in this season, right? Seasons pass, and then your harvest season comes. Right? Things start to grow, they take root. I mean they spring up from the root. Um, but people that are willing to change, make changes. How do you think people get famous and they you know they start from somewhere, right? They work hard, right? They do the internal things that they need to do to be better, to get better. You know what I'm saying? Is it easy? No, it's not. But it's worth it. It's like change and get better or deteriorate with the rest of the world. And we don't want to deteriorate with the rest of the world. We want to be at our fullest potential, right? I want to see everybody around me win, even though there's nobody around me anymore, right? I try to, you know, bring people along. I try to help people to mold into or towards the direction that was beneficial for them, right? But everybody doesn't want to do that. And as well as everybody has their own, everything happens in its own time. The people that neglected you and deserted you, abandoned you, right? And like they didn't take even a second look back at you. When they do pop up again, and they will, right? Remember the story of Joseph? His brothers sold him into slavery, right? There was a famine in the land, and they had to end up going to seek out food and substance from Joseph, thinking he was dead the whole time, all these years, and he was alive, leading, He was the second most powerful in Egypt, I think. Second or third. I think it was second or third. And he didn't neglect his brothers. Of course, he messed with them a little bit, but he didn't neglect them. Brought them in with open arms. Loved them. Cried, and was like, y'all know the story. He missed his brothers, right? Even though they had tried to kill him first and then sold him into slavery. All because of jealousy. Then they later realized that they didn't have to be jealous. It wasn't anything to be jealous over. That they were looking at the fact that he was a dreamer, right? They were looking at the dreams that he told them as if he was better than them, and that wasn't the case, right? Joseph he never intended or acted like he was better than his brothers. He was just himself, right? And he loved his brothers. He loved his brothers. Loved his brothers. Ain't that something? You hear a song that just was. You hear that song that was just playing, going by? Brandy, I wanna be down. I wanna be down with what you're going through. I wanna be down. I wanna be down with you. Somebody's somebody's wanting to be down with you now. I'm telling you, there's no coincidences. God speaks in everything. Somebody wants to be down with you now. You heard the song. With what you're going through, everything. They want to be down with you. They want to be included. They want to be there for you. That's for somebody. You just heard that go by now. Like, no, God does. Uh, what was I saying? Oh, Joseph's brothers. Joseph loved his brothers immensely, deeply, right? Even after they did him wrong, he still loved them. And that's how a lot of us are. We know the things that people have done, even if they neglect to confess to it, which they're going to have to own it to it one day. They are, if they want to be around us, like, long term, like on a regular. If they want to be around us, they're going to have to. That's a part of accountability. You have to do that. If I do something wrong to somebody, I'm going to, and I know that I'm wrong, I'm going to let them know, like, hey, I did this and it was wrong, and I apologize for it. Like, for real, it was wrong of me to do that, and I apologize. And bam, that's it. But you can't expect people to just let you back in and bring you closer, right? Without you acknowledging the wrongdoing that you did, whether it been because of outside voices or anything. But you need to put that on the table. Otherwise, you're still gonna have that person, right? That the wrong was done to. You're still gonna have that person thinking. It's as if nothing changed, because they're still gonna be thinking like, what were you a part of and what weren't you a part of, right? What were you doing behind my back and what weren't you doing, right? Because you haven't made anything plain. You told me what this person and this person may have done, but you didn't tell me your part in it, right? When I know you had a part in it, right? Accountability is required. We got to take accountability every day. They want to be in our lives, so do they. You don't get to just rage out on me behind my back and talk about me to people, right? People that you know hate me. That's the thing. Another thing too. People that you know hate me. And they're slandering me to other people, all these other people in these other places. Not like I don't care what people think of me. I don't. But you care about the one that you love, that's supposed to love you, right? And if they let that happen, if they let that go down, they're just as guilty as the ones that were doing it. Even if they weren't doing it themselves, they're the ones that gave them that information. That was not true in the first place. So there needs to be accountability in there. I guess that's a sidebar for somebody. I don't know. Like I don't. It just it's insensitive. It hurts your feelings. Like somebody doesn't. They don't acknowledge what they did. They just act like they didn't do it, or act like because they think you don't know it that it's non-existent, right? That's not so. People aren't stupid. People aren't dumb. And that's thinking somebody's dumb. That's thinking somebody's stupid. You know what I'm saying? I was just like, that's why I'm glad I'm not a school teacher. Like, well, I guess I'm a teacher in some type of way, but I'm glad I'm not a school teacher because I don't have the patience to. Well, it's easier with kids. It is, but I don't have the patience to teach grown people how to, continuously over and over and over and over and over how to respect me, right? Respect is required. That's a must. There's none of that. There's nothing of anything else. Especially if I show respect. If I'm respecting you, you damn well gonna respect me. You're going to, or you're not gonna be around me. Period. Period. Right? It's required. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You can't trust people that don't respect you. You can't. You can't trust people that are not accountable for the things that they do. Right? Which brings me back to Joseph's brothers. In the end, they were accountable. They didn't have any other choice but to be. At that point, they had to be. Because all of those years, they weren't. They weren't. They kept the lie up all those years. Until, see, when you keep the lie, then when it's time to be accountable for it, when you're made to be accountable for it, it's in front of everybody. It's in front of everybody. So if you don't do that in private with the person like you're supposed to, then when it comes time to you having to be accountable, it's going to be done in front of everybody. So you're really going to be embarrassed. So why not do it in private with whomever that you offended, other than being stubborn, and then now all your business is out on Front Street because everybody's watching now, right? So, yeah. I get the message. I get it, Holy Spirit. All right. So the song we just heard going by, right? Okay, so somebody wants to be down with you again, right? They want to be back in your life. They want to be near you again, right? Yes, they realize they messed up. Yes, they realize that they was chasing a false dream, whatever that may have been, right? And they had left gold behind, which was you and I. They passed up gold for rags and tatters. Okay. They might tell you that, hey, I haven't been with nobody since you. I haven't entertained nobody since you. We know the truth to that. Come on now. They did it 24/7 when they were with us. What makes you think that they would stop when they're not with us? Right? So, that's a part of accountability. As I'm saying. Um, that's if that even, comes up. But if somebody's telling you that no, they didn't, they weren't, come on now. Be accountable for what you do. Right? You shouldn't be afraid to be accountable to another grown adult. Like, you're not gonna get in trouble. You're not gonna get a spanking. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna get a whooping. Be honest. People need to learn how to be honest. Need to learn how to move in honesty and not lies, not fakery, because people can see through that fakeness. Especially people of the light, us. That light shines through darkness, which causes us to be able to see it. It's like looking through a translucent glass or whatever, what have you. But yeah, somebody wants to be back in your good graces, okay? But they need to be accountable. They need to be adult. They need to be responsible, and they need to right their wrongs. That's a must. They need to right their wrongs. Preferably, face to face, looking you in your face. Over text message, over the phone, that's not personal. That's quite impersonal, and it's cheap. It's lazy. You want somebody to accept your apology. You want somebody to know that you're sincere. You do it in their presence, looking them in their eye, and they will know that you're sincere, and they will forgive you. And I'm absolutely sure they've already forgiven you. I've already forgiven. I've been forgiven, right? I've just been waiting for the acknowledgement, right? The taking responsibility. And if I don't ever get it, then I gotta accept the outcome. And it still won't be because of me. It'll be because the other person decided not to be accountable. And that's sad and that sucks, but what can we do? If they can't be accountable about these things, these past things that went on, then how can you take that into your future? How? How? You can't. So whoever this is that wants to be there with you again, okay? One, you make sure they're coming back with Jesus. And two, you make sure that they are being accountable for the things that they've done to you. Right? All right. I love y'all. All right. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.